Hello, everyone, and welcome to All Four Downs. I am Ovi Muniz alongside with Frank. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing good, good, good.
Hey, man, it is midway of the NFL Draft 2021, and they're now about to select the, I think, if I'm not mistaken, number 14 as the New York Jets are waiting to make their picks. And we are here because, wow, there's been some turbulence going on in the draft, you say?
Yeah, I would think so. I didn't. I saw some. I didn't see others.
You didn't
You
see some, you
know,
didn't see others. Man, come on. You want to jump on my show and be saying, like, you think so, whatever? Man, the biggest surprise right now was the Philadelphia Eagles trading up to get ahead of the New York Giants, man. And, yo, I like to say this word, not a lot of people like that, man, but I think the Eagles cock blocked the New York Giants from getting their top wide receiver, man, Devontae Smith. I'm really upset about it. But then at the same time, the Giants, they traded away their pick. And I'm like, yo, what's going on? They traded away to the Bears. So I really don't understand exactly what the Giants are doing. I'm repping the New York Giants over here. But on the other side, you are a Miami Dolphin fan. How is your
yeah.
Miami Dolphin, the Miami Dolphins pick? How you like that?
Oh my God. At first I was like, "Who's this guy?" I mean, because I don't follow a lot of college, But when I was hoping that they picked Devontae Smith, you know, and I saw it as, hey, he's a good compliment for Tua. But when I saw they picked Jaden Waddle, and I looked at him, I'm like, oh, wait a minute, it kind of works out because they played together in college, and you know what, quarterback, wide receiver, they already have that chemistry. So I think there's a lot of good things that are going to come out there for the Dolphins, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see them go on.
I'm glad that they were able to get that pick. Jalen Waddle, he's very talented. Prefer say he might be one of the best wide receiver in the draft. I mean,
Hmm.
no disrespect to Jamar Chase, who is another talented player. But look, before we get in all that, number one was Jacksonville Jaguars selecting Trevor Lawrence. I mean, that was expected all the way.
Yeah.
There was, look, I don't think that if that didn't happen, Urban Myers wouldn't even pick that job. So uh, so there's no surprise there. There was no surprise in number two with the New York Jets selecting Zach Wilson with Sam Darnold, going to the Carolina Panthers. You know, look, I watched Zach Wilson play for BYU. This guy got the moves. The dude is talented, man, and I know for a fact that his QBR is not going to be rock bottom like Sam Darnold did in this past season. So I see that the Jets having him as the starting quarterback will elevate their game, and I'm excited to see what else can they do. So I like to make some comments here. Jason Cannon, hey, thank you for your support, my man. Man, if the Pack screwed this up 2 years in a row, we're going to be in trouble. So he's a big Packer fan, but rumor is that Aaron Rodgers don't want to be a Green Bay Packer. Man, what's the deal there? Is that because they're trying to make more news in the NFL? I mean, they're trying to do the same thing that the Seahawks did with Russell. I don't know, man. I don't think I want to believe the hype when it comes to stuff like that, man, because the whole team is built around Aaron Rodgers.
Right. No, they are. I saw that news today, and I was like, nah, this can't be happening. I mean,
For it to
just
be
it makes no
on
sense.
for it to be here on NFL draft day and to come up with that news, it's just trying to get more attention. That's just my opinion. But
Yeah, I think so.
we'll see about that, man. Later on to see what picks they choose. But the San Francisco 49ers selected Trey Lance as a quarterback. Look, I haven't seen much of Trey Lance. I mean, this guy only played 17 college games. And in this past season, we only saw one. And it was only maybe a clip. I mean, I know they had him on TV for just one game. they talking big game about this guy, and if he is talented, well, I haven't seen it yet. And if the 49ers believe that Trey Lance is the man, we'll see. But I just question to see what happens to Jimmy Garoppolo and what direction he'll go. Rumors were saying that he may end up going to the New England Patriots to remodify his contract. I don't know, man. But there's a lot of – I mean, that pick is suspect to me. Hopefully that it is, but it's a hit or miss for Kyle Shanahan, the head coach of the 49ers.
Yeah, I was surprised at that. I thought our buddy Matt Jones, was gonna go, to the Niners. I was just waiting for that. When I saw this guy's name come up, I'm like, what? I'm like, yeah. Trey Lance, who is that?
No, man, come on. You can't just – well, me and Mike covering college football, right. I've heard his name, and they've been mentioning a lot. But the thing is that he hasn't been on television for many of the viewers to see what he's capable of. But the New England Patriots are on the clock right now, and I have predicted that Mac Jones is going to the New England Patriots. So I'm hoping that if that would happen, I win this draft because I kept mentioning he is best to be a Patriot just because Mac Jones fell under Nick Saban, and for him to go with Bill Belichick, that is the man, because I don't feel like Cam Newton is the guy at quarterback, and I don't foresee him lasting that long in 2021 for him to remain as a starting quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to talk straight up as a Dolphin fan. I hope he doesn't go to the Patriots.
You hope he doesn't?
No, as a Dolphin fan, no.
You think he's going to outshine Tua? Of course he is.
I think so.
And I'll tell you what, I am a big diehard Giants fan, but seeing Mac Jones, make me be a real fan. And I have faith in him that he will make it happen with the Patriots. Dude is solid, man, as a quarterback. They say that he is not that mobile, but why would you need mobile if you have an offensive line that's going to protect him?
That's exactly. I mean, he's not mobile, so he needs a line, and the Patriots have line. That's what they've had.
And guess what, man? New England has already submitted their pick, so we're just have to wait and see exactly who they're going to choose right now.
Woo!
I can't wait. And the New England Patriots finished 7-9, finished third. I mean, they spent over a decade in first place running the AFC East. And finally, will they make that happen? The pick is coming up soon.
Yeah, they used to beat my Dolphins all the time. But
your Dolphins, man, they always start hot and then they finish all scrubbly, man. So
scrubbly, horrible. I can't even. It is what it is, man. It's the Dolphins. What can I tell you?
Oh man, I tell you why I am anticipating for this news right now. Well, I'm anxious right now. I'm anxious.
Yeah, I'm curious to see where he goes.
But the Atlanta Falcons selecting Kyle Pitts, a tight end from Florida. That was a big surprise for me.
Yeah, I think if Pitts would have been available by the time the Dolphins had to pick, I think they would have picked Pitts. They, having another tight end like Pitts would have been really, really, really good for the Dolphins. Oh, who's the pick?
Well, they always have a speech before the pick, so I'm not worried about that right now. But listen, Pitts, I'm a little bit suspect about him. But Mac Jones is going to New England Patriots, baby. Congratulations.
I'm a little bit behind you then.
You're always behind, man. Don't worry about it. That's why you got to get high-speed internet.
I do have high-speed internet.
Ain't that high speed. But Mac Jones is officially a New England Patriot, and that is best for business for them. So, hey, my prediction came all right. So I like that.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good for you. Look at that.
That's only one, man. It only took me 15 picks to get there.
Hey.
Oh, I mean, I can't get credit for the number one because that was a given already. But yeah, man, Mac Jones. That's pretty awesome, man. And it's well deserved. And I think he is that talented. And who knows? Maybe he could be a I mean, it's too early to tell. I mean, he hasn't even snapped, but he can be compared to Tom Brady. He could be better than him.
I don't know about that just yet, man. Let's give this guy a couple years.
No, of course you give a couple years, but look, look at it this way. When Tom Brady took that snap, he led that Patriots to the Super Bowl. So why can't Mac Jones do the same thing?
I'm not saying he can't,
talent,
but
there's still talent in the Patriots organization.
Yeah, there is. But I think I don't know yet. I'll give that a little bit of time to see what happens there. Again, I'm a Dolphin fan, so you know.
Yeah, you're a Dolphin fan, and you're witnessing the Patriots stacking up to beat your Dolphins, man. But look at this way. Focusing on your Dolphins real quick. Could that duo work with Tua? Can it work with Tua and Waddle together? You think it would happen?
Of course, I do. Of course I do. I think, and it's just like I said earlier. You have, they played college ball together.
Because they played college ball, I mean, they know each other. But remember, the game is a lot different. But before we get started on that, let me introduce you another member of our show. He is the host of this current show, All Four Downs. Joe Aguirre's in the house. Welcome.
Yeah, wow, this draft has been something else. Didn't the Trey Lance thing, boy? I tell you, I thought there'd be even more trades.
Yeah, I mean, there are. They could still be, but the thing is that I mean, we're already midway to the NFL draft, and I don't see any more trading going on. I mean, I don't think it's worth it.
Well, so here's what I find interesting. Elijah Vera Tucker. I mean, they're talking about this guy like he's the second coming. Same thing with Rashawn Slater, and I can't help but wonder. I mean, I don't hate that the Giants traded back, but I don't know, man. Like
I'm a little suspect on that though, because the fact that there are a lot of pieces missing for the Giants on both sides of the ball, and with Devontae Smith, I mean, the Eagles cock blocked the Giants. Let's put it that way. I mean, I'm still butthurt about that because
they got him last year with the playoffs, and now again they get him with the pick for Devontae Smith. Although I'll tell you, if the Giants had the chance to select Devontae Smith, I'm sure they would have, and I think that's what they were interested in doing. I think he's a little small, I'll be honest, and I am concerned about him long term. I think if you're Philly, you definitely want to put some weapons around Jalen Hurts.
Absolutely, I agree with you there.
A familiar face. I'll tell you what, though, this Mac Jones to the Patriots thing. I mean, Bill Belichick is.
Let's put it this way: not a lot of teams. You can tell that the picks before that. Whoever selected quarterbacks did not have faith in Mac Jones. And I had told you in the show before during college, imagine Mac Jones going to the Patriots. Look at us now.
This couldn't work out any better for that young man. They just spent a ton of money to rebuild that team. They'll bring a bunch of players back who sat out during the COVID 2020 season. I think if you're a Buffalo fan, you're feeling good about things. If you're a Miami fan, you're got to be feeling good about things. But I'll tell you what, I would not be shocked to see the Patriots take this division again.
I wouldn't be surprised either, to be honest with you. And as a matter of fact, I mean, like I was telling Frank earlier, is that Cam Newton, his time is up. And you know what? I mean, he's there. They gave him a 1-year contract. That's all fun and dandy and everything else, and the play, Cam Newton's really, he doesn't have it anymore, and I get it that, there's many fans that believe that he still got it, but Mac Jones is there and he's not going to start the season, but don't be surprised by week 6 of the season that he takes over if the Patriots are dead even with wins and losses.
I wouldn't be shocked if this kid doesn't win the job outright and start the season.
And what would you
I'll
say
tell you,
that, though?
it would not shock me. Don't forget, this is a guy who beat out the number one 5-star recruit in the nation in what's his name? Bryce. What is
Right.
it?
Bryce Young.
Yeah, Bryce Young. There you go.
Mhm.
Couldn't remember his name offhand, but yeah. So, right. I mean, this is a guy who's been competing with Jalen Hurts and Tua, and again had to earn that job last year. And you know how I feel about Mac Jones. I mean, I think he's a dynamite quarterback.
I
To me,
think,
he's the second closest thing to a sure bet as far as I'm concerned in this draft.
Mhm.
I think picks 2 and 3 are definitely again, I love the Elijah Vera Tucker move by the Jets. I think that was a good move for them. That left side of their offensive line is fantastic right now.
Mhm.
So they, interestingly, they didn't go out and get the protection they needed for Sam Darnold. It's smart that they're doing this with Zach Wilson.
Right.
My brother's a huge 49ers fan. I sent him a text asking about the pick of Trey Lance, and he hasn't responded. So I think that tells me all I need to know. That's an interesting pick. And again, I think that's a guy who won't be starting right away.
Absolutely not.
Which again, I mean, to move up to 3 for a guy who
Well, let me.
I don't know when he's going to start.
Hold on, wait. Hold on. I'm gonna take that back. If you already took him 3, you might as well start him. I mean,
it's the NFL in 2021, right? I mean,
you traded for it.
You would think again. I mean, to have a Justin Fields there and a Mac Jones there, and the pass on that,
absolutely. So
for a guy who's a project, I don't know. I that's an interesting move for a team that's got a lot of weapons on both sides of the football. I think that really, with a better quarterback, could be a postseason threat, and I don't know where this puts them.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now.
I was surprised on that one myself.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, and I want to take it back to the very first pick, the Jaguars selecting Trevor Lawrence. Of course, that's no surprise to anybody, but they got a long way to go with that organization to be a contender. So with Trevor Lawrence there, hey, congrats to that. But then again, with Urban Meyers being hired as the head coach, you knew that was the deal. I'll be there. I'm gonna get that guy, and I'm gonna coach him. That's
I would
given.
say all the rest of their picks through the rest of the weekend better be defense.
Hey, defense wins championships.
Their defense is awful, and I'll tell you what, their offense. And I joked a lot about how much I liked Mike Glennon, but I mean, this was a team, especially when Gardner Minshew was in there. I mean, they lost a lot of close games, a lot of 34-30 games.
Right.
A lot of games where, they were in it right to the end. And I'm thinking Trevor Lawrence wins 4 or 5 of those games. I mean, I think this is instantly a 6-win team just based on the guy.
I mean, if they do a lot better, then it's a win-win.
Sure. I think they're going to do better because, I mean, they've got weapons on offense. And I think Trevor Lawrence can score enough points to beat some of the bad teams, Ovi.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, look,
but that defense is
not all that great either.
They were pretty much
true
last.
That too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But number 2, the New York Jets selecting Zach Wilson, a quarterback from BYU. I like that. I mean, I was a big fan from the beginning. And a lot of people were talking about Justin Fields at first, and then I tell you, I'm not a big fan of Ohio State quarterbacks. For him to be in New York, I mean, name me a quarterback from Ohio State that's been successful in the last decade. 0.
Yeah, I'm not one that really buys into that kind of stuff. Again, how many Texas A&M quarterbacks have been all-pro NFL players?
Oh, me.
You know what I mean? Like,
me.
So again, I bring up the example of Southwest Missouri State, where Jerry Rice came from.
Right.
When's the last time they put out a superstar Hall of Fame wide receiver? So schools, where you go to school doesn't matter. Your skill set for most of these guys is going to translate to the NFL. if you're not in a good system that is going to complement your skills, it's going to be a really difficult process. And we've seen that with a lot of guys.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm glad you mentioned because it all depends on the program, right? And if there's anything that I like about Ohio State is their run game. They always have quality running backs. They always have quality defensive people, personnel. So, and that's the reason why I'm getting at is because the system helps Justin Fields and other quarterbacks successful. But when they come to the NFL, they just don't produce.
But look, so the system does make a difference. If you take a look at Ryan Tannehill, with the Dolphins, he was complete garbage. And when he jumped over to
Tennessee
Titans, right?
All right, he's not the best quarterback, but he's a much better quarterback, playing much better than what he was before. So systems make a big difference.
If your skill set matches what again, I talk about Pat Mahomes all the time in Kansas City. I mean, what a great situation that was.
Mm-hmm.
A good team with a great coach, good defense, a lot of playmakers. Got a chance to sit behind Alex Smith and then takes over the reins. Absolutely. They targeted their guy, moved up to number 10, got their guy. I mean, brilliant. Like that's how this is supposed to work. I've argued with people, if Pat Mahomes was on the Bears, I don't think we'd be talking about him the way we do. I think he'd be Kyler Murray. I don't think he'd be anything more than that. I mean, again, I think you got to have the right situation, and that's where you're going to prosper. That's why, for me, Mac Jones at 15, that's insane. What this kid's career is now on the rise. You couldn't ask for a better coach and a better situation than New England.
Well, there's another selection right now. We have Jeremiah. I'm gonna kill his name, man. Obviously, no. Alex Leatherwood got drafted to the Las Vegas Raiders. So they went after an offensive lineman, which probably that's what they needed most.
That is a sensible, solid first-round pick by the Raiders. It's not often you say that.
No, not often at all.
Yeah.
But Atlanta Falcons selecting Kyle Pitts. Now, watching Kyle Pitts senior year with Florida, he got injured. He had concussion protocol. I mean, with all that's going on, and yet they believe that Kyle Pitts is one of the best tight ends in the draft compared to a lot of people. And again, very rare do we see tight ends on top with the rest of the wide receivers, but putting him in there, I think he has an opportunity to become just a wide receiver for the Falcons.
Yeah, well, listen, I'll say this. He's a great pick there. I know there was a lot of talk about maybe Atlanta moving out of that spot. They don't really utilize tight ends. Oh, they will.
Yeah.
They will now. And again, I think if you're Kyle Pitts, you're going to a place where you've got a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Yeah, you got Matt Ryan and the receivers, Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley. You add him in a tight end. Someone's going to be open all the time.
Yeah, they're going to score a lot of points. Again, they're going to run into, the reason why they're picking fourth is because their defense stinks. So the next 6 rounds, they better go defense the rest of the way out here.
And the thing is that with selecting Pitts, they did not take Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase came right after at number 5, the Bengals, and which I thought the Bengals were going to improve that offensive line. Maybe they're making their decisions to wait until later in the rounds to get their offensive linemen.
Well, again, I think it's interesting that the Jets are loading up the offensive line for Wilson. A lot of people assumed Penei Sewell was going to the Bengals. Would have been a really good move, protect Burrow's blind side forever, next 12, 15 years or whatever. But, I think you're seeing Tua and Waddle and Chase and Burrow, I think giving guys superstar targets that they're comfortable with and familiar with. It's I think if you're those rookie receivers coming into the NFL, that's got to be a comforting thought. It's the same guy from college.
Absolutely.
You know? That's gotta. There's a lot of familiarity there. There's a friendship there. I mean, I'm sure it's somebody to room with when you're on the road. You know, all the things to sort of make a rookie comfortable, and you're a superstar rookie.
Right. And let me ask you this, because
That's what I was saying
I don't think that I've seen this before in a draft. You talk about that. You have Burrow and Chase together, which played together in the national championship. Then you got number 6, right? The next round. The next pick. You have Tua and you got Jalen Waddle, both from Alabama. What a coincidence was that?
Yeah, again, I mean, I think for a lot of rookie receivers, I mean, you know, credit to Justin Jefferson this year, getting settled right in, you know, with Kirk Cousins. He made Kirk Cousins a better quarterback this year. They've got quite a bit of talent on offense too, so that certainly helped. You know, it did take a couple weeks for him to really become a main target, and then, you know, that he became the guy. Right. I think for these two, again, I mean, to be a rookie and for the quarterback to already love you and trust you, I mean, from day one, that's if you're a rookie wide receiver, I don't think you could ask for a better situation than what these two guys walk into.
Right. Hey, the Miami Dolphins just selected Jalen Phillips from Miami. He's a defensive end. So again, they're doing it up, man. You got to give them credit.
I'll say this too. It looks like the Giants will trade back and get Kwity Paye, if I'm going to guess this right, and get a number 1 next year. They pick up a 4 and a 5 this year.
I picked Kwity Paye.
I'll tell you what, anybody who's been hating on Dave Gettleman, and I said this last week when he came out to tell the media he would do this, that he was, you know, look, this guy wants to keep his job and he wants to keep the fan base and the writers happy. Facts.
Yeah.
This was a smart move. And again, you just saw Belichick sit at 15. He still gets Mac Jones. If the Giants drop to 20, get all these picks, and they can still walk away with Kwity Paye at 20 where he belongs.
Right.
It'd be a great draft already.
What I had Kwity Paye at pick number 11, just because when I think about I want that offense, Gettleman does the opposite. So I'll say, you know what? Let me think opposite. Let me get a defensive guy. Let me not look at the top defensive ends. Let me look somewhere in the middle, and Kwity Paye happens to be there. So I'm hoping that he gets chosen, because then I still look good, man.
Oh, you know yeah. I mean? Well, absolutely. I gotta look good. Again, this will work out really well.
Hey, Frank, don't be jealous, man, because I'm speaking it real. Just like your podcast, speaking it real, baby. I love your title, man. I got to keep using it over and over again. But I'm gonna tell you, I was right from even before the draft, even during the middle of the season of college football. Mac Jones to the New England Patriots. Just saying, nobody else said it.
You definitely did, and you know, I thought there might be a chance for him to end up in New Orleans, which I think might have been the only other situation that would have been
ideal for him.
You know, just a perfect landing spot. So, but again, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, you're right, and I really think that he. I mean, I really do. I don't want to say he's on his way to like the Hall of Fame just yet, but boy,
no. But I mean, no. But
anybody's going to get you there. That's where you want to be.
The Patriots are going to need more talented wide receivers for Jones to be productive. I mean, like I said, they're in the rebuilding stage, but knowing Belichick, his emphasis is always defense, and the defense will allow that offense to go ahead and let flow, as I say. But you talk about New Orleans Saints, I think they're sticking with Jamal Winston, right? So, or Jermaine or Jameis to Winston. My bad if I'm messing it up. But they also have Taysom Hill. I think the Saints are not really focusing on quarterback, because if they were, they would have made some changes and make trades to go and move up. So they stay put where they're at.
So, Frank, let me ask you this. Are you at all concerned about Jalen Phillips, who's a super talented edge rusher, but has had 3 serious brain issues. Retired
he-
from the game. Actually, was
Mhm.
producing music for a little bit, and then came back. 8 sacks last year. Looked great. I think he had 15 tackles for losses. A lot of
Yeah.
upside to this guy, but got to be concerned about the shaky brain.
Yeah, you do. I mean, is it a concern? To me, it would be if I was in his shoes, I probably would not play again. But everybody's different. Dolphins obviously saw something better in him. So let's see what happens. I mean, I saw him play, last season, and I mean the guy could play. The guy could play. So let's see what he does. I mean, hopefully he doesn't get hit in the head. Because I think
Really?
one hard hit,
Really?
he's done.
He's
Yeah.
always gonna get hit in the head. I mean, these guys tackle each other. You don't have to even get hit in the head. He could just fall down and head hits the ground.
Yeah,
Dude, there's just so many ways to get in a concussion, but I still believe that the organization, the NFL, are making their equipment a lot better than what it was before. So
look, I could tell you that when I used to coach little Pop Warner football here and stuff, and the stuff that we had to go through just as a coach on how to teach these kids how to tackle now without using their heads was very different.
Mhm.
Because I remember when I played as a kid, it was, hey, let's go, head down. Now it's just head up. You're squared away and you go. And that helped a lot. And then also going on to these different clinics, the helmets are made very different, than what they were back in the day. So
right.
they're made a lot to protect, the concussions. If you do take a hit, the coaches know about this immediately because there's a sensor in the helmet that goes off.
Right.
So
And then most helmets are like that, even in baseball. Like, not only that, especially for Little League, not only that they have to wear a special type of helmet, but they have to have that face guard going across too. So, like I said, there's a lot of improvements, as you could say, into the equipment. But here's the next draft right now.
Giants not wasting
So-
any time, huh?
Jermaine Davis from Kentucky for Washington.
Right, Jermaine Davis. That's good. The Giants
Linebacker.
are now on the clock. So pretty interesting to see what's going to be our first pick. Let's go, Giants.
Yeah, let's go Giants. Woohoo!
Yeah, you're a Giants fan. It's okay.
Actually, the funny thing is that we normally I have, Dolphins are obviously just my team hands down. But when I do gotta jump over to the NFC side, it is towards the Giants.
Of course, because you're on my show. I'll kick you out like I do in the ASW Show podcast.
All right, watch this. Go Jets.
Yeah.
Actually, let's go Eagles. Bye.
Oh. And again, this show is brought to you by the CMG Sports Network. Go ahead and visit us on clovercrestmedia.com. And while we wait for the Giants pick, here's a quick commercial break on a new show of the latest. Here we go.
The Boston Red Sox hit the field looking to get back on top of the American League East. We're breaking down every pitch all season long on Obi's Backstop Podcast, part of the CMG Sports Podcast Network.
Man, that commercial just got me pumped up now.
It's a killer voiceover.
Yes.
Yeah, we're
Especially,
playing baseball
I
during
think that
football.
individual that does the voiceover is a Yankee fan. And that's probably why the Yankees are not doing so well.
Oh.
They'll be all right.
I mean, I might have to talk to that guy and see if he does more promos. But
I was watching some show today. I had the Yankees on it. I just put go Red Sox, and I just got completely ignored.
All right. That's
You don't
good.
say. He did one up on me a while back, and now I'm even now. We're 1-1.
I'll say interesting pick, Jermaine Davis, 11 career starts, a little bit of experience, super talented guy. You could tell he doesn't have a lot of starting experience. It shows up in the scouting reports. Doesn't really necessarily love taking on those lead blockers. Definitely needs to use his hands better. and he tends to underestimate his pursuit angles a little bit. So an interesting pick from Washington. I definitely think there were better picks to be made there than Jermaine Davis. But yeah, again, you find your guys, go get them.
But he is coming from a school that they're known for defensive plays. So maybe they saw something that nobody else did. You know, I mean, different scouts see different things. And for Washington, I mean, they're desperate, man. And for what it looks like, I think they're aiming at defense, because if they had better defense last season, maybe they could have been perform even better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, the Giants did sweep them, but here comes the pick for the New York Giants pretty soon. I can't wait. You still believe that Katie's the man?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's got to be what they were doing. They let way too many talented guys go after that pick. That again, they were thinking about Devontae Smith. Probably had this trade lined up. That's a pretty big trade to have come together as it did. Kudos to the Bears again. I mean, I think Justin Fields is going to be a really good quarterback, and I think that's a really good move for them.
I thought Kyle Trask would be the best for the Bears, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't think the Bears thought that, though.
No, of course not. I mean, what do I know? But it better work. It better work, because I tell you what, man, that Coach Nagy's on the hot seat.
Oh, sure.
Yes.
I mean, look, if you're the Bears, I think he's already the best quarterback in your club's history.
Mm-hmm.
So it hasn't been a good one. They've not had great quarterbacks in Chicago. It's an insane thing.
The last one was in the 1980s, man. I think 1985.
Dude, I'll say this. I love Jim McMahon. He was a blast, but he was only the starting quarterback for like 4 years, and they weren't all that great.
No, they weren't.
Hey,
he's more reputation. And, when people want to diss Eli, the defense won the championship. The 85 Bears defense was the greatest defense of all time. And Walter Payton was in the backfield. So, yeah. I mean, I think you could argue either Jay Cutler or Rex Grossman as maybe the best quarterback in Bears history.
Well, the New York Giants pick is in right now. And again, the New York Giants, their record was 6-10, finishing second in the NFC East. Had a chance to go to the playoffs, but thanks to the Eagles, I mean, even though we don't play for other teams, but we missed the playoffs. And of course, with a 6-10 record, I mean, come on, record does define us. But let's see what Gettleman will do in this pick once it's announced. But we believe it's Patey, but there are other 2 NFL prospects that could be potentially go ahead of him. And one of them is a linebacker named Jeremiah. I'm gonna kill his name right now. Awusu Karamoa. I mean, he has a good potential from Notre Dame. So let's see what the Giants select.
Let's see. Yeah, I think you killed his name. I'm not gonna get attention.
I apologize, man, but Awusu.
I'm not gonna get. You know what? I'll just call him Jay.
Jeremiah. Jeremiah Awusu.
No, it's a hyphen name, so Karamoa.
Hey. Let's see. And no, I was wrong. They picked a wide receiver named Kadarius Toney.
Are you serious?
Kadarius Toney, a wide receiver from Florida.
Oh, yes. What?
I don't get it. I'm not a fan of Toney. I'm not a fan. Honestly, I'm not. I'm sorry.
Oh, what?
Then why you should have just traded? He's 6 feet tall. He's the same height as Devontae Smith. I don't get it.
Well,
I'm sorry. I'm already disappointed.
Watching the reaction of the fans on TV is like, oh my God. Why?
No,
Why?
I'm sorry.
Isaiah Groves just texted and said, oh boy.
I said Kadarius Toney, but in the second round.
Second round. Well,
Yeah.
why doesn't
I don't know what he's saw in Tony. I mean, yeah, he did good in Florida with Kyle Trask and all, but Devontae Smith is just a lot better. He's just a lot better, man. I'm sorry. You let Waddle go. If all that just for a wide receiver, well, you should have just traded up and get him. Sorry.
I mean, why not just take Devontae? Well, you couldn't. That's why. Okay.
Right, I mean, you got traded, but what I'm saying is you could have traded up. If you was that desperate for a wide receiver, get him.
I mean, again, this is a slot guy. That's where Sterling Shepard plays. What are you doing with that now?
I don't know.
Oh wow. I mean, geez, just when you want to give the guy kudos.
And the fact that the attitude stank. I mean, this guy used to have attitude problems with Florida. I mean, I don't know. Hopefully, I mean, if hopefully it turns right. I mean,
Mel Kiper's big board available was Elijah Moore, Christian Darrisaw, Kwity Paye, Greg Newsome, and Christian Barmore.
And we got the wide receiver, which is all right. We'll see. I'm not a big fan. I'm sorry. Just not a big fan of Tony. But if it works out well, then it is what it is. So
what's going to work out? I don't understand. Listen, Kenny Galladay's going to get he's going to be the number one target there. And Engram's going to be a target. Well,
we did say that he needed another wide receiver. You felt maybe Tony is the man that can help out.
I didn't say that.
Jones. They
got Ross too, Slayton. I mean, there's Kyle Rudolph. You got Caden Smith. There's so many. Don't forget Saquon Barkley caught like 90 passes. This is a baffling move. You got all these great offensive linemen available. You've got great defensive players available, and you load up on wide receiver.
Doesn't make sense.
Why not Elijah Moore or Bateman? I mean, I think there's better receivers available still. And you have a glaring need at defensive end, edge rush. That's what you need. You let the Cowboys pick up Meshach Parsons. That's going to be awesome to watch for the next 12 years when he's not in prison.
So Lucas says, hey, I don't hate it. Trade Shepard for a pick next year. We'll see. I don't know. I'm already speechless on this one. But
somebody just said trade Shepard for a pick next year.
Yeah, that was your boy Lucas.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. But the Giants have Kenny Galloway, Sterling Shepard, Darius Slayton. All right. And I mean, we're full house. We got 8 other wide receivers. So you added one more, that's total of 9. So somebody's leaving.
Dude, Kadarius Toney in the second round, and I have a feeling he would have been there.
Right. I would have.
I mean, Rashard Bateman and Elijah Moore are. I don't know. I
just feel that Tony is not that talented. The rest of the wide receivers that's available. That's all.
Somebody
I think we could have done better.
Me and said it's obvious they wanted Devontae Smith really badly, and I guess this is the next best thing to a Devontae Smith type.
The next best thing. There was a lot of best things that's been left out.
Shocking.
I don't know. No comment.
Silence.
I mean, it seemed perfectly set up to get Kwity.
No. I have a scammer on one of my comments, but it's okay.
Hey, could that be that guy that wrote to me earlier today?
Joe? Yeah, with his secret marketing plan. Well, what is it?
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Secret marketing plans. How will people know about the show if it's a secret marketing plan? I don't understand what that means.
Yeah.
A secret marketing plan is an oxymoron. It's like a good draft pick by Dave Gettleman. I mean, God, this is so. I'm so confused by this. I mean, unless they're going to move Sterling Shepard now, this is a stupid move.
Right.
I don't get it. I don't get it. You got a glaring need and a solution right there at that pick. An extra number one next year. If you want to go get another receiver next year, use that. I don't get it.
Well, the Indianapolis Colts will be next to select, and during the offseason, they did acquire Carson Wentz. They also have Jonathan Taylor, a very talented running back. They have their wide receiver, T.Y. Hilton, Michael Pittman, and Paris Campbell. So these guys are set already in the offense. And look, I believe that the Colts should aim at their defense, or if anything, the offensive line. But I got a gut feeling that they'll aim for maybe a secondary to slow down the air attacks from other teams. So they already got their picks in, so let's see what's going to happen there. Maybe they could get Trevon Moehrig. I mean, he's the next best talented dude. He's a safety from TCU.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, but this guy was predicted to go like late first. It's someone in the second round also, though.
Who's that?
Your Kadarius Toney.
Oh, you still on Tony?
Yeah, I'm still.
We're moving on that, man.
I'm bent over that. Good
I'm
Lord.
sorry.
I just don't understand that move at all.
Only he knows. I told you what he does. I tell you, no one understands Gettleman.
Yeah, I know. I certainly don't. I really don't.
I definitely don't.
I mean, again, offensive line is a big problem, and Slater and Vera Tucker were both sitting there. I'm my mind is blown right now.
The Indianapolis Colts did pick Kwity Paye, defensive end. So, as I stated, they be aiming at for defense, and maybe it wasn't secondary, but hey, Kwity Paye, he's the man. Remember, the Colts went 11-5 last year, and they seem to be contenders again.
Stunning ignorance, dude. Absolutely stunning. I mean, I think people are excited about the trade, the extra number one pick. And to that, I say, you probably don't think the Giants are making the playoffs this season, right?
Well, we got to be better than 6-10. You would think, right?
I don't know. Do we? I mean, again, look what the Cowboys just added Meshach Parsons. Holy smokes, dude! I mean, other than the Jamin Davis move by Washington, that was kind of stupid. Devontae Smith goes to Philly. So again, that guy you'll get to watch for the next dozen years or so. Great.
Yeah, running all over us.
Boy, those teams tried to fill needs, and the Giants were like, let's see who's our top guy on day 2. Let's pick him up now.
Oh.
I don't get that at all. I'm mad.
Well, I'll let you marinate that for a little bit. I'll move on. We're ready to discuss about the Miami Dolphins. Number 7 pick was Detroit Lions, selecting Penei Sewell from Oregon. The Carolina Panthers selected J.C. Horn. He is the son of Joe Horn, who used to play for the New Orleans Saints. So that's pretty cool to have father and son duo making it to the NFL. The Denver Broncos selected Patrick Surtain. I thought Surtain was going to go to the Cowboys, but the Broncos took him. And the fact that they didn't go for a quarterback because they grabbed Teddy Bridgewater in that trade. The Dallas Cowboys traded their pick to the Eagles, and I think that is probably the biggest story in NFL today. If you watch Sports Center and everything, how the Eagles still caught blocking the Giants. All right, twice in a row, man. But the Giants also traded their pick to the Bears, and that's where Justin Fields landed to be the quarterback for the Chicago Bears. The Dallas Cowboys selected Micah Parsons, the linebacker from Penn State, and the San Diego Chargers selected Rashawn Slater, offensive tackle from Northwestern. Look, man, if there's anything, and I said the biggest news, and I'll repeat myself again, is the actions of the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, who cares who's the first couple of picks? It's the actions of other teams, and it just seems like the Eagles are still sticking at the Giants, man. Still doing it.
I am so aggravated. My brother just texted me back, 49ers guy. I'm gonna read you what he said. He feels good about this, the pick of Trey Lance. He said, I think he's very inexperienced, but is very smart, which I think is a great asset. Unlike Colin Kaepernick, who was a pure athlete but no football IQ, Shanahan can make Lance a superstar. The Niners offense is so dynamic, he won't be asked to carry the team to reach, which will give him time to reach his full potential. I love his speed and space. My guess is they hold on to Jimmy G this season and ease Lance into the lineup. That is until Jimmy goes down in a heap again. Don't forget that. He does get hurt a lot. I'd like to see him get rotated into the lineup like the Saints did with Taysom Hill. That way he can get some real meaningful playing time and not just running out the clock during garbage time. If Shanahan can get the Niners through the playoffs and into the Super Bowl with Jimmy only throwing less than 20 passes, can't wait to see what he does with the talents of Trey Lance. Everybody's feeling good about their picks right now.
I feel great.
Hey, you know what?
Except the Giants.
There's always going to be a bust in the draft every year. The question is who?
Listen, it's not that I'm not saying Kadarius Toney isn't super talented. I wasn't even crazy about the idea of the Giants grabbing Devontae Smith had that opportunity arisen.
I would have been excited for Devontae Smith.
But you've got needs. You've got real needs on defense. It's the only thing you didn't really address in free agency.
If
you line yourself up to get Kwity Paye. He was there.
If you focus last year on rebuilding that offensive line, and you see how Gettleman was picking offensive line, right? This year, you're right. I have to agree with you there. Focus on that defense, the linebackers, and that front line. I think that's very important. You're right. But we still got many more rounds to go to see exactly what he's going to do.
Yeah, but, dude, I mean, your first pick, if you're the Giants, had to have been defense.
Yeah, but if you got guys like Mr. Irrelevant, who is succeeding in the Giants as a linebacker, Crowder, then I think we gotta give this guy a chance real quick. And if Tony's the man,
it's not like I don't think Kadarius Toney can be a good productive player, because he can be. Just like if the Giants got Devontae Smith, had that situation been available to them. I just don't think that that's the position you need to be addressing right now. I mean, the Giants did such an unbelievable job in free agency. If you would have told me the Giants were going to address every problem they had, sans the one, in free agency, I'd have been like, they don't have the money. I remember when the Giants re-signed Leonard Williams and everybody was like, this defense just got better today. No, it got the same. It gets to be what it was last year because he's not going anywhere. So it didn't get better. Got to add to it. I mean, they went out and they got some pieces. And listen, they've certainly grabbed some edge guys. Nobody to write home about. And nobody who I think has the realistic opportunity to really break out. This was a chance to address a very specific need. You traded back to do it. Got another number one pick for next year. couple more picks in this draft so you can add some more depth. Be a good place to have added a receiver. There's a lot of guys that can catch footballs that are fast. They're all over the country.
Right.
I just, Kadarius Toney doesn't strike me as special.
Well, he has a lot to prove to us and to the fans that he is the man for the job. But hey, before we're gonna take a short break, we have a special guest that's coming up this Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and he is a former NFL offensive lineman, and that he is Shaun Harper. So don't miss it. That's this Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's official. We can't wait to have him in our show so he could discuss about the NFL draft, the preparations, and everything else, and what's going to happen looking forward and how these players get ready for the NFL season. And now back to the NFL draft. What's good? What's good? Everyone's Joe's is still like so butthurt right now.
Joe's still hurt.
I mean,
Joe's gonna go drinking to this one.
I mean, Caleb Farley gets selected from Virginia Tech to the Tennessee Titans. That's a great pick right there, though. I had Farley on the top of the list.
Yeah, I think a lot of people had him top 10. That's the guy who ends up tumbling. Again, if the Giants were looking for a guy who could help right away,
that's the guy, man. That would have been a good threat right there.
Definitely would have been a good selection.
Oh,
interesting. Again, I think
I have a feeling.
No, what's this? I gotta let this out before I forget. You know what's gonna happen when the Giants start fucking up on defense? Excuse my language. He's gonna be like, and that's why they got Tony.
Look, I have a feeling that every defensive player that goes from now to the end of the first round, you're gonna hear Joe say something about the Giants.
Oh yeah,
watch.
every one of
Definitely.
these. It's gonna. I mean,
every single guy. It doesn't matter who.
I'm so stunned by this. I mean, again, if they were gonna do something on offense, Christian Darrisaw would have been a nice pickup to add to that offensive line. For the life of me, I mean, Dave Gettleman, he loves the hog mollies. He loves the big boys. Kadarius Toney. See, it's funny, isn't it? I said it out loud, and now you're laughing about it. Kadarius Toney.
Oh,
he's an 80. I mean, he's graded an 88. That's a B. That's second round.
He's sixth best wide receiver, supposedly.
The sixth best wide receiver. Yeah. I'm sorry to say, when's the last draft where there were 6 great wide receivers in it?
Yeah, and he's fourth chosen, so hey. Again, I don't understand. I don't understand. But he's chosen. He's the chosen one.
Steve
So-
Munch has the scouting report on Kadarius Toney. He says Toney is a dangerous slot receiver and return man at his best in space. He has rare explosiveness to go along with good open field instincts and contact balance. Florida did a good job of scheming to help him get open, and there's still room to get better. But he has made strides as a route runner. So he's getting there as a route runner. That's exciting. Toney impressed during one-on-ones the week of the Senior Bowl and has excellent natural separation skills. Okay.
You know
I'll
why I
take-
don't like him that much, man? Because they had an opportunity to show off their skills against Oklahoma. And you know what Florida did? Majority of the starters didn't even play.
Yeah, well, it's interesting, too. The Giants always seem to fall in love with guys at the Senior Bowl. I don't understand that.
I guess supposedly all the elites are playing at the Senior Bowl. I don't know.
Are they?
I don't think so.
I mean, most of them sit. The only guys who play in the Senior Bowl are guys that need to improve their draft stock. Just
Yeah.
by virtue of playing in the game, you got issues.
I guess Tony improved.
Jamar Chase didn't play in that game. Devontae Smith didn't play in that game. Kadarius Toney did.
This show turned out to be the Tony Hater show.
Oh, for sure, definitely.
Brought to you by Joe Aguirre. Don't piss him off.
I'm telling you right now, dude.
Don't say
I mean,
Tony's name no more.
I was in a chat with some giant fan buddies of mine, and I was like, wow, how about this? Gettleman trades back, shows us what he can do it, sits at 20. He's going to get Quiddy pay right where he's supposed to get him. Kadarius Toney. Oh, good Lord.
Poor
Wow.
Joe. Poor Joe.
Poor Joe. I'm sorry, Joe.
It was set up.
No.
Oh, not that one. I heard that one before. I've heard that one before. Oh no. Say that. Sing it.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna put it up just for Joe. Just for Joe. Joe, this is for you, man. I just gotta. Hopefully, I find it.
Oh man.
Hold on. I'm gonna mute myself a second. Make sure that I'm playing the right thing, and then.
Yeah.
back.
You do that.
I'll be curious to see what happens with Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. That seems like that could be interesting. He's pretty angry,
think
it
it's,
sounds like.
I think it's all news, man. Why you wait till the NFL draft day to make that announcement? Did he already know exactly what the Packers were going to pick? That's why he got mad. I mean,
That's
were they
what
going
it
to get
sounds
another
like.
quarterback?
Look at it. So the Vikings drop and they pick up Christian Darrisaw. That's an interesting move.
Yeah, he's a good offensive tackle.
Well,
I give
again,
him props with that.
They could have picked Elijah Vera Tucker. They traded that to the Jets. They dropped back.
Mm-hmm.
So again, here's what I'm saying, right? One man's trash is another man's treasure.
Yeah, it could be.
If you're looking at Darrisaw and Vera Tucker or even Slater, and you're like, I don't see much of a difference.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? Mel Kiper was talking like Vera Tucker is going to be the greatest guard in the history of the NFL. I think he said Pro Bowler in 2 years. No, All Pro in 2 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he did.
Darrisaw is good, man, and again, I would say you traded back to get the lesser talent, but maybe that's not how you guys see it. Maybe your organization likes Darrisaw better, and so yeah, I'll trade back and take him there.
You know what I haven't heard?
I'm not gonna take here.
What's that?
Kadarius Toney.
That's a TikTok. Hey, I tell you what, you ready? No one's drafted any running backs. Are you surprised?
A little
Wow.
bit.
Because Travis Etienne is in the draft, and so is Najee Harris. And I'm just surprised that neither of them two has been chosen yet.
I get if I had to guess, well, I am gonna guess, so I'll just do it. I think one of them goes to the Steelers, and I think one of them goes to Buffalo.
But the Steelers are about to make their pick right now.
Okay, well, here it is. Travis Etienne, I bet.
He's best fit, but then are they going to go for linebacker? I kind of assumed that the Pittsburgh Steelers were going to go for a quarterback because, I mean, how long are you going to hold on to Ben Roethlisberger? I mean, he's
Well, they
already
signed
old.
Dwayne Haskins.
Really? Who's he? I want to do a Frank. Who? And they
they
do
picked up
select
Najee Harris.
Wow.
Oh, I
That's
like
what I'm
that
talking
pick
about.
a lot. Boy,
Damn.
Bama's loading this first round up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Kind of look like similar to LSU from last year's draft.
Oh, this has been a great run for Bama.
Now the Jacksonville Jaguars are are on the clock for their pick, their second pick in the first round. And of course, Pittsburgh Steelers, they're gonna get booed. The fans we're gonna boo in the Steelers because they're in Cleveland.
6 guys from Bama in the first round already.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Najee Harris looks suspect, man. That's good for him. That's good for him, though. He is talented. I think he'll do great things with Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, that's a good organization too, and they need to improve in their run game. They kind of slacked off, and that's the reason why at the end of the season, they weren't that productive. I mean, it got taken out by Cleveland, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
but they got running back. They got Benny Snell, Anthony McFarland, Kalen Ballage, and Jalen Samuels. I mean,
well, I'll tell you what. Again, I think if you're Najee Harris, boy, you couldn't be asking for a better situation to head to than Pittsburgh.
You mentioned Dwayne Haskins Jr. being with the Steelers, but yeah, he is currently the third string right now. Mason Rudolph is still with the team.
For now,
I still feel like Steelers need a quarterback, man. I really do. I won't be surprised in the later rounds they do draft a quarterback, but for now, I think they do because I think Ben's last year, he got one more year, man. He got nothing left.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
You got Juju Smith, the Schuster there. Chase Claypool. I mean, come on, man. Give him a better quarterback.
Dude, Alabama has had 6 first rounders so far. And the first
that's
I just said that like 8 seconds ago.
You said they had 6.
Mike.
No, you said they had a bunch.
I said 6.
He said 6.
Oh, you did.
And literally,
I'm sorry.
Where you been at, man? Where you been at? Yeah, exactly.
Out of your mind.
What? I have no idea where I went. I went somewhere else for a little while.
Suspect.
What are the Jaguars going to do with this next pick? Got to go defense here.
Well, you know what's interesting about the Jaguars is that they were announcing Tim Tebow is trying out to be a tight end for the Jaguars.
I mean, think that's garbage.
Come on, man. Come on. If there's anything, look, I'm going to pull up the Jacksonville Jaguars roster right now. And what do they need? I don't know. Right now, they currently have DJ Chark Jr., Marvin Jones Jr., Laviska Shenault Jr. as wide receivers. Wow. Colin Johnson, Philip Dorsett. I mean, Javi Johnson, Terry Godwin. I mean,
They need defense.
well, and look, if you got Trevor Lawrence, I might as well bring another guy with Trevor Lawrence. Maybe, I don't know, get a tight end. But what other tight ends are available right now in the draft? You know, they picked up Carlos Hyde, so he's the running back now for the Jaguars. But you look at the defense. I mean, do they go for Jeremiah Owusu? I mean, he's still available. This guy's talented, you know, from Notre Dame. He is number 1 ranked in the linebacker position, and yet nobody's taking him. So
I would think so. I mean, they've got to.
But they also need a safety. They need somebody. They need a secondary. Why not Trayvon Moehrig?
How's their O-line, though?
They also need offensive line. And like I said, there's a lot of holes that the Jaguars need. That's the reason why they were 1-15.
Maybe they might go O-line to protect Trevor Lawrence.
We'll see. We'll see. Right now, I mean,
it's not a bad idea either.
They are minimum. They do need help in offensive line. They only have 3, 4. Yeah.
Because I'll tell you,
absolutely.
If there's no line, this guy's going to be running for his life.
Technically, they only got like 7 offensive linemen, so definitely they need it. Unless they're going to stack up at the end for free agency. But, yeah, I mean, Ben Bartch can't be backing up a guard and a center at the same time. So you're absolutely right.
Ovi, I'm sending you something to share on the show.
All right, fair enough.
I think this will be I think people can enjoy this for a minute. It's an analysis of the draft at this point.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Where did you send it to?
I sent it to your email.
Ah, the good old email.
Yep.
Well, let me pull that one up. Is it a picture of you being upset?
I'm afraid.
Oh my god. Oh. I kind of like this one. Let me see if I could just pull it up right here and zoom it in. And I'm definitely going to share.
This is pretty funny.
Yeah.
Oh God. You guys are going to kill me.
Am I going to kill you?
I don't know. I think Joe just
I won't
came
do
back.
that.
All right. Uh-huh.
Actually, you know what? I'll do it like this. Absolutely. We got the 2021 NFL mock draft. Might as well call it the real draft. So I'm definitely going to share this with you while we wait for all the other picks.
I hate mock drafts, by the way. I should just put that out there. I love this, though.
Oh, yeah? So here we go. Guys can hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So number 1, the Jaguars select a great player whose career gets wasted.
I love it.
Not
Now,
only that, but
mind you, this was done because you'll notice that the trades aren't in there. So this was done before the draft happened.
absolutely. Number 2, Sarah Fuller. They
got number 3 nailed.
The wrong quarterback. Yes,
Definitely did.
I think that's still current right now. But hey, if your brother 49ers fan is loving that pick, okay. Number 4, ignore horrible defense and draft a tight end.
Yep.
Ding, ding, ding. Number 5, life insurance for Joe Burrow.
Which would have been Penei Sewell, but they obviously didn't go that route, which is interesting. One of the first ones they got wrong. I love number 7.
Oh, hold on. Number 6, the wide receiver Eagles fans wanted.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Damn, that is so true. Number 7, bust that's out of the league in 3 years.
That's a bummer, dude. That sucks.
Wow. I don't think that's gonna happen. For the
Oh,
Lions.
Travis
Travis
Etienne
Etienne.
to the Jags.
Wow,
boy. Seeing a
Are
lot
we
of that
having-
reuniting stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's 4 times already in this draft. That is crazy. Number 8, the Panthers. Players that's grateful the Lions didn't draft them.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Number 9, the Broncos. Someone to help them go 5-11.
I love that.
Number 10, cornerback that can't cover. Well, guess what? They didn't select the cornerback. Number 11, someone to recover all of Daniel Jones's fumbles. Maybe someone need to have him, stop tumbling down. Oh, number 12, Howie ignores Eagle scouts and passes on great player. We'll see. Number 13, new team doctor.
Oh,
Okay.
that's funny.
Number 14, for the Vikings, player the Eagle scouts wanted. All right. Number 15, for the Patriots, Belichick passes on elite wide receiver for a left-footed punter. Well, he got a better pick than that, so he got himself a good quarterback. Number 16, the Cardinals, terrible defensive player. Number 17, John Gruden reaches on a high character guy. Well, they did pick an offensive lineman, so let's see what type of character he has.
Yeah.
Number 18, the Texans trade new
geez.
massage therapist for Deshaun Watson. No, I can't even stay serious by reading that. Number 19, a new owner. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Definitely. Definitely
him
for
and
them.
who's worse, him or the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones?
Jerry Jones is an idiot, too. It's tough to say.
Number 20. Great player Ryan Pace cuts in 3 years to save cap space. All right.
Funny, that's the spot Kadarius Toney was drafted in.
Yeah. Number 21. Replacement quarterback when Wentz gets injured. Wow. I like that. Number 22, the Titans. Complete bust that gets traded for nothing in a week. Number 23, the Seahawks. Pete Carroll trades up for a running back. Get it?
Yeah.
Frank was like, I don't get it. I'm sorry. Number 24, the Steelers. Pick traded for Jackson Mahomes. Right. Number 25, Los Angeles Rams. Who cares about first round picks? Hey. Number 26, the Browns. Someone who likes to get shit on. That's true, man.
God.
The Browns are always getting shit on every year.
Yeah.
Even they made the playoffs, they still get shitted on. Number 27, the Ravens. Wide receiver for Greg Roman to not use.
That's great.
Number 28, the Saints. Someone who plays 4 different positions.
I love that.
Hey, there's nothing wrong having utility. Look at Hill, right?
Yep.
Number 29, Green Bay. Backup that will never play. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that because Aaron Rodgers was a backup and he didn't play for a couple of years. He'd be all right. Number 30, someone that can actually defend a Hail Mary.
That's great.
Ouch, Bills. Number 31, the Chiefs. Trade domestic violence enthusiasts. Excuse me. I was going to say enthusiastic. And number 32, someone to carry drunk Tom Brady at next year's parade. And there you have it. Your top 32 2021 NFL mock draft that was shared before the draft started. So I like it.
Yes.
I like it.
I like it. I like it.
And go ahead and tune into clovercrestmedia.com and see all the articles related to the NFL draft. As Jace Garcia just posted something about the New York Jets and their picks. So can't wait to read all about it. Just go to clovercrestmedia.com. And the draft is still going on. The Cleveland Browns are on the clock. As mentioned before, Travis Etienne just got drafted to the Jacksonville Jaguars. We'll see there. But the moral of the story of this draft is none other than the Philadelphia Eagles cock-blocking the New York Giants once again. And Greg Newsome goes to the Cleveland Browns. So the Browns went on defense and took up a cornerback, Greg Newsome for Northwestern. And there you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time. We're glad that you guys could join us. I know some of you came in and out and everything else. Thank you for your support. But our show must go on. So
one last thought. I'm looking at
Mhm.
Jace's mock draft here, and he got every single pick wrong.
Wow. Are we surprised?
is that the same guy that said Mac Jones sucks?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's that guy.
He
Oh,
didn't get not one
Actually,
pick right
I'm
yet.
not convinced of Mac Jones. He doesn't
Yeah.
convince me. Let me tell
I'm
you, I
gonna
love
have to
running.
replay that in the season.
Like
Maybe-
how good do you have to be to convince Jace that you're good? I guess is the question.
You got to be in Utah or 12 member. You know that person.
Guy goes 14-0, 70% completion percentage, right? I don't know. That guy's not that good. Oh, okay. Tell me more about that.
What I like about last season is the fact that after I played that, and every week Jones did better and better.
Yes.
Still's not convinced. The guy was almost a Heisman winner. Just saying. But that's cool.
Also, let's not forget Mr. Pie in the Face. I don't know.
Yes.
He also thought Kyle Trask was going to the first round of this draft.
Like clearly he's not going to. So, and I'm surprised, man, because Kyle Trask, he's good, but not that good for the first round.
Right.
Hey, so
Right.
I have a question.
And I have an answer.
Where was it he picked Kadarius Toney?
He doesn't have Kadarius Toney in the first round, which is
No.
surprising.
No. You can catch him and join about the G-Men, and he'll tell you all about it. But wait, there's more. Joe Guerra's on that show, and he will be ripping it apart on Wednesday. So check it out on clovercrestmedia.com.
I'll tell you this. The Giants really, I mean, what a stupid pick that was. And I just hope that there's, I don't know, somebody available in round 2. They have an early pick in round 2. Maybe there's somebody falls into the second. I don't know.
Well, I need a violin.
That's how my heart feels right now.
No. I'm gonna have to download that song and play it for
Dude,
Joe
I
all the
mean,
time.
Literally was texting with people like, hey, Dave Gettleman, huh? He came through tonight. And then that bonehead move.
Joe,
I
you
can't
know, you
even
said-
believe this.
Joe, I'm setting you up for success on the next show, man. I got a great editing that I'm gonna do with that music background just for you.
You know what else gets me?
I think I'm going to
For
start my
anybody-
show off with that song tomorrow.
Some of the arguments I've seen, people are like, dude, Kadarius Toney was the 4th best receiver, getting him at number 20. First of all, he wasn't the 4th best receiver. That's not true. Mel Kiper's got Moore and Bateman ahead of him, so that's not true. He was 6th. So he's not a steal at 20. He's a steal at like 36 tomorrow.
Mm.
I mean, what an idiotic move.
You know who made the best move? The Eagles. I got to give it to them. To be able to convince the Cowboys to make that trade and to have the two rivalries actually work together.
Yeah, to screw the Giants. Yeah, that was an easy phone call to make.
No, none at all. But hey, Gettleman knows best. So we'll see how that turns out. But definitely we're gonna move on. And Joe, it's gonna be all right. I'll give you a hug whenever we can.
I'm gonna need it.
Hugs are allowed now, according to the commission of the NFL. I'm vaccinated, so I can hug you now.
Oh, good. I'm vaccinated too. We can hug.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm
Frank,
halfway vaccinated.
Frank, you're in Florida?
Yes.
Get out of here. I can't hug you.
Yeah, we probably can't hug you for like a couple of years at least.
Anyways, thank you for watching All Four Downs. We'll be back Monday. Tune in to our special interview.